Going with our team coverage continuing tonight, we're taking a closer look at how much money teachers in Pueblo make and how that stacks up against the wages of their peers and neighbors. News 5's Andy Cohen has been crunching the numbers for us. He's in our Pueblo studio. Andy.
Elizabeth, these numbers come from the Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics. In fact, they were released in May of last year, so they're as current as we could find. And this is the annual mean wages. Basically, mean means that's the guy right in the middle. Half of the people with the same job earn more, half of the people with the same job earn less. But you can see in this range, teachers are a little bit on the higher side here at $50,000 a year. That's compared to all jobs in Pueblo, which is right at around $44,000. It's also higher than jobs like firefighters, nurses, and plumbers as well. But let's compare the teachers' salaries here as well to what their peers are making. And this is where you can really see Pueblo teachers are on the lower side. In fact, Pueblo is below the state average as well as some of the higher, more affluent districts in Denver and Boulder. But teachers in Pueblo are making more than teachers in Colorado Springs and Grand Junction.
Teachers can't live on apples alone, but with an estimated annual mean wage of $50,000 a year, that's a lot of apples.
Most definitely, I feel that they earn their pay.
This strike was called after the school board voted down a recommended 2% across-the-board cost of living raise. But you see, there are only a couple of ways for teachers to get raises: longevity and higher degrees. The longer you teach, the more you can earn, to a point. In Pueblo, after about 8 years, you have to go back to college in order to earn more.
Although with the cost of classes and continuing education these days, it really is barely compensation for tuition.
But salaries are only part of the package. Retired teachers all receive pensions through the Public Employee Retirement Assistance Program, or PARA for short.
When a teacher retires, they may receive 75% of their salary from the average of the last 3 years.
It's a defined benefit, meaning that your retirement income is based on what you earned during your career rather than how much you invested. Now, teachers here can also opt into a 401k program, but Etheridge tells us they really can't collect Social Security.
Teachers in Colorado are eligible for next to nothing in the way of Social Security benefits. Even if they've had another job and come into teaching, they will not be able to draw their Social Security from that previous job.
Now, one final point about teacher pay. Under the terms of the previous contract that Pueblo teachers were working, they work for a contracted 183 days per year. For most full-time employees in the private sector, that number is a little closer to 250 to 260 days a year. It really depends on your vacation benefits and how many government holidays are allowed. We asked the union president about that, and she told us, a lot of teachers, they end up using that summertime for their continuing education or to help prepare for the next school year. Watching out for you, Pueblo. Andy Cohen, News 5.